welcome to our YouTube channel. This is Scott Mendenhall coming to you from the tundra of Minnesota with Lily.
Hey.
How
we doing?
You doing well today, Lil?
So good. Yes.
Like, how well are you doing?
So well. I am so well that I might as well be a water well.
Wow.
A well of water.
Good to see a bunch of names popping up in the chat today. We're pretty stoked to have you with us. We are going to talk about the GT shipping dates that have changed. That's what we're hearing. We're going to talk about the Vega tire, which we have installed, and that video is dropping this evening on our YouTube channel. We're going to talk about just so many more things, all one-wheel related. So we're hoping you're pretty stoked to be with us. We also, last week, we gave away these black rail guards, which we're pretty stoked to get these shipped out, because what we're going to do is do another giveaway today. At the end of this live stream, we're going to pick somebody out of the live chat and give you one of these mini one-wheel kits right here.
Ooh.
These are, I love these things. They're just cool to have on your desk.
Yeah, they're fun.
You can mess with them. They come with both of them in there.
They're modern-day tech decks.
So, yeah. Do you remember? Did you ever have those?
Yeah, I had.
You really did?
Yeah, they were cool. Are you surprised?
Yeah.
I wasn't like a boarder girl, but I liked tech decks. They were fun.
Okay. All right. So we're going to give those away. So jump in the live chat. If you're just joining us, welcome. We're pretty stoked to be with you. We're going to be able to read the live chat. It's good to see Leo in there. Ready, Set, Jeff is in there. It's just cool to see a bunch of names sitting in the live chat today. And so we have a lot of information, a lot of things to talk about. But at the end of the day, we just want to have a good time with you. Lily.
Yes.
Have you ordered your GT yet?
No.
Why not? What's the holdup?
Because I can't handle these shipping dates.
I'm
just kidding. You're
too much.
I don't have a reason.
You are too much.
So sad.
Is it? Like real sad?
I think I'm gonna have FOMO/jealousy/envy when you get yours. So.
Oh, you probably will, but you'll be riding it and stuff. I do see. I'm just. Russell Phillips said, "Order the Vega tire for my XR. Stoked to get it."
Russell Phillips, do you know anything about the Vega tire? Do you? Or are you going on faith that you're just gonna love it? I want to know, because how do you know you're gonna really love these tires when you get them? How are you gonna know?
It's fair. Like that is a tough thing on ordering tires, I would say, is that you really don't know if you're going to like the tire. And they're roughly $100 each. And you're taking a lot of risk on, I think I'm going to like that tire or not. So how would you decide, Lil? What would, you got to watch?
I would watch Scott Mendenhall's YouTube videos.
Well, you're in them.
No, for real. I would watch some videos before.
But I don't know. I mean, search it right now.
No, I know. I already know this. There's no videos about the Vega tire.
Okay,
so please make one, Scott. Please.
Yeah, that's why everyone. It's dropping this evening. We're going to show a portion of it in this episode, and then we're going to have the full version today with our thoughts on it. Lily wrote it, and it's hard not to share our opinions, especially when I know Russell Phillips, you have it coming, and we want to give you full in-depth information on it. So we'll give you a little taste, and then later on, make sure you are subscribed to the channel and the bell notification is turned on, so when it drops this evening, you are made known and you can watch it. And our hopes really is to not share just an opinion of like my opinion. That's why we had Lily ride it, and another friend of ours was in the office, Ryan. Both wrote it so that it wasn't just my opinion. And so I will be very honest, though. Hardest one wheel I've ever had to install.
Hardest one wheel tire you've ever installed.
Yeah. Very hard.
What made it so difficult?
You just have to wait and see, Lil. You have to watch the video. Okay, let's get to the new shipping dates. This is not from Onewheel, okay? This is just people in the community dropping comments on our videos and stuff. And so we screenshotted a comment right here that you can find on one of our videos. This is what this said, all right? For me, shipping date got a few days ahead this last update. Had ship date the 19th of January 1st, then February 3rd, and then March 10th, and now last update changed it to March 5th. So it must be on its way. Can't see a reason for them to shorten the ship date unless. You sure? You sure?
I don't know. I'm not sure about.
Okay, so that was the that was a comment given to us on our videos. That's not the only one. We just aren't going to bore you with all of them. Go back and read it. Plenty of people's ship dates have changed and pushed up. I know this, that people that charged it on Klarna have now been charged.
Ooh, that must mean something.
Yeah, I have no actual, like, I'm not in meetings with Onewheel, but that all those signs would point to it's getting close, right? When you think, Lil?
Yeah, I remember last week in the podcast talked about how if you use Klarna, you haven't been charged yet, so you really aren't like out anything. And I was like, that's the way to do it. But now that you've been charged something, that's like the ball's moving, you know? The ball is rolling.
So then I'm reading a chat here, and hopefully you're in the live chat and you can follow along with us. We have, according to 88 gigahertz tracking information, the first order batches have not had their order dates changed, but some of the later orders had some minor adjustments. I would say that sounds very truthful. Like, my order date did not change either. It has still been March 10th and has not moved since the last time. So we're just trying as a community to put it all together because the hype's real. I loved what you said last week, Lily, where you said that you're enjoying watching this, right? Or something along.
I'm enjoying watching you all wait so patiently for your GT. I mean, you guys should get an award for how patient you've been. I'm being serious.
Some of us
job,
have been patient. Some of us also have been probably DMing Onewheel and other people going, yo, what's up? I paid for my Onewheel. Where's it at? Where's it at?
Lots of comments. Comment trolls on Instagram.
Yes. Yeah. Okay, so if you follow our channel, we not only do we do these podcasts, but this is a new thing for us, actually. I think this is the third episode, Lil.
This is, episode 3.
And how do you feel like it's going? What's your thoughts?
I feel like it's going good. It's fun to take a break in the day.
And come chat?
And come chat.
Yeah, you're enjoying it?
See you guys.
So if you were ranking it on a scale of 1 to 10, how high would we be?
10.5.
10.5 off the scale.
Oh, off the scale.
Well, I'm sure all the Olympians wish you were their judge. Would I score it at 10.5? I would say it's a lot. I agree with you. It's pretty fun. There's a franticness getting here to get everything done, but then there's this enjoyment to sit here and chat with people, see people jumping into their live chat and talking about their order of their Onewheel GT from tires and all those things. So I enjoy this, sitting down here doing this. We got some work to do, but our hopes is to just spread the stoke in the community. And really, on the channel, we really enjoy Onewheels. We love doing life with people. And then on Sunday, we love to entertain people. So our Sunday drop of videos is entertainment.
Always fun.
And learning something new. We don't want to just be, I don't know, how would you describe your riding, Lil? Like if somebody goes, what kind of Onewheel rider are you? You would say.
Well, I think that I'm a different kind of Onewheel rider because we race. I think that if I never raced my Onewheel, but I owned one, I would be like the leisure Onewheel ride to the coffee shop once a week. Maybe like 3 times a week, actually.
So you'd be a leisure rider.
If it was warm out all the time.
You would be a destination rider then. That's what you're saying.
Destination rider. I would probably never really take it on trails for fun.
No?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I like the idea of like living out west and taking it to go surfing. Except for I don't surf. But that's the kind of one-wheeler I would be. The one-wheeler I am right now is I race them, and I like to ride to coffee shops.
Okay, so
with my friends.
So put in the chat, what kind of rider are you? Are you the trick rider? You just like to go out there and learn a new trick, do rail slides.
What kind of rider are you?
And things like that. We want to know what kind of riders you are. So Lily, you would let's call you the commuter. If you didn't have to race, you would be the commuter. Is that right?
Yeah.
I would say that I am a hybrid rider of I love to just go, flow, and just see what's around. But I also love hitting some really cool trails and then finding a feature in the woods and spending a couple of minutes either dropping it in or trying to do whatever that feature in the woods creates. However, I want to add to my repertoire tricks. Like I want to learn tricks. I'm tired of not knowing tricks. I know the 180 body variable. I can do that. Can I do it while moving? No, I need to work on that. So I have a list of tricks I want to do. And we started last week, you, Joey, and I learning a new trick. How'd that go?
It was a hot mess.
That's it?
I mean, it was probably our shortest race video because we couldn't do it. So it was like, we're not going to bore them with the details of us never getting this trick. So we'll make it really funny, make it 4 minutes long. And if you missed it, we're going to show you a clip of it 'cause it's hilarious.
Yeah, you'll get to see it in a second.
So funny.
But we drop these types of videos on Sundays at 8 a.m. on this channel. It's it's a premiere. It's not live. It's premiere where we have a chat going. I'm reading what some people are calling themselves as they're describing their rides. We got Leo in the chat. I'm an accident-prone rider.
Yeah, he said you were a trailblazer rider.
Oh, he said I'm a trail. Oh yeah.
Yeah, like you're a trailblazer. Like you want to do tricks. You want to do trails. You want to like blaze all the things.
Yeah, but
like,
I'm no.
You know what I mean.
I love to race. And I always, when Race for the Rail comes around, somebody's always telling me, Scott, you should go do Race for the Rails. I'm not that fast. I appear fast because I'm racing against Lily.
I think you should do it.
No. I
think you should do it so we could just go out there and cheer you on.
I will do it if you do it.
No.
Well, then I'm not doing it. You're holding me back.
There's no chance.
Why would you not do Race for the Rails?
Because I cannot keep up with those women.
How do you know?
You've
actually not.
Disaster.
You've not rode against them.
Nah, no.
Come on. Why not?
I don't think so.
The CrossFit Open will be done by then, and you can go and see and compete against other women in the U.S.
I would go and watch.
Hey, did you see this? Oh man, I forgot this last week. Onewheel last week did the race in the go-kart. Did you see that?
I saw that.
How many of those saw that race that Onewheel did? It was a great race. They beat us to it because we've been trying to get a local go-kart place to allow us to race in. They beat us to it. In it, I don't know if they said it or a comment said it, but they were asking, should there be a Race for the Rail Pint X race this year?
Yes.
I think so, too.
Why would they not do that?
Well, they've never done that in the past.
Yeah, but Pint X's are like built to race now.
Okay, so you're saying yes. In the chat, what do you think? Should
fun.
they do a Pint X heat wave? I don't know, but have that offered. And then do you think the GT will be what they will be racing in race? Wow, you didn't even think about that.
Why would they not? Why would they use an XR when they discontinue that? There's like 100% chance that it's going to be the GT.
Whoa, if you're saying not even an ounce of doubt.
Yeah, I'm not usually a betting woman, but on this I'm sure. There's no way that they would discontinue the one wheel XR and then use the XR in their biggest race series of the year.
Okay.
There's no chance.
I mean, I get it where you're coming from. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the chat as well on this. Do you think they're going to do Pint X, and do you think they'll have GTs? Here's what I could see potentially being a storm for Onewheel is if people are still waiting on their GT and they put aside 10 GTs for a Race for the Rail for the races. And then people are waiting. I could see people being really upset about that.
But when is Race for the Rail again? When is that?
I'm not 100% on the dates.
I think it's like in the summer.
Yeah, it's later summer, like August or something.
I think by then.
Epic, is that around your birthday? Race for the Rails? Epic saying it's around his birthday.
Okay, so if by then, I would assume, based on said current shipping dates, that everyone will get their GTs and they'll have some for the Race for the Rail. Don't you think? Yeah. What do you guys think? I don't know.
I mean, I think it would be awesome. I think what they did last year for Race for the Rail, where they allowed you to race your own Onewheel, and then at the end you had your race the stock XR. I think that's how it went, at least in the preliminary heats.
Right, it was all stock.
The races around the U.S. and stuff, which would be so cool to hold one here in Minnesota. I don't know how we do that.
Well,
but I think it'd be so awesome.
We'll host if you come.
To do one of those qualifying races right here in Minnesota.
It would be fun.
Wouldn't that be awesome?
Yeah.
Onewheel, how do we make that happen?
It would be really cool.
Sponsored by Scott Mendenhall and Friends.
Yes.
And that we have a half mile course on our property. That would be where the last race would be held.
That would be awesome.
Wouldn't that be so cool?
Yeah, that would be fun. That would be fun.
That would be awesome. I mean, I'm just picturing right now. I mean, okay. I can't wait to see what happens in Race for the Rails. Nonetheless, we were talking about tricks. I do have a list of tricks I want to learn. I want to learn how to grind the rail slides? Yeah, rail slides. That's what I want to do, right?
Yes.
We're getting a parking block. Parking, is that right?
Like
parking
a curb to do curb nudges?
Yeah, but like a parking, is there parking?
Parking block. I don't actually know.
Yeah, neither. It doesn't sound right to me. Parking block?
I don't know. We shouldn't spend time on that.
Okay, anyways, we're going to get one of those. You know it's going to be in our races. This week we still are unclear on the race or this trick we are trying to land. So as you watch this with us, here's just a sample of it, and you can go back on our channel and watch it. We failed. Just letting you know, we couldn't land it, but we don't even know the trick we're trying to land. But I think it's a 360 no comply.
No.
Is that right?
Yes, I think so.
Okay, here's the footage of it. Check this out. We're gonna talk with you while you watch it. Here it is.
I spun it!
Oh!
You would think that in the snow this would be super easy. I know all of you are saying.
Huge.
Yeah, I feel like the snow wasn't necessarily the hard part. Do you have to move yourself?
They do. I do. Like.
I like how the
mentioned at one point that
my feet are gonna be so slippery.
Footpad kept it hard to keep your
taking
foot
off
on the
ghosting.
wheel, but I don't think
know
that was
how to
an
get it to
overall
spin.
like
I think that was
problem.
just like a hindrance.
No, it's just,
It was a hindrance. It was a problem for sure. We couldn't land it. What were we doing wrong? Like seriously, what is the issue that's going on, Lily? Famous. You do. There are two things that are very common in our races.
Falling.
And Joey eventually
spinning.
Oh no, that's
Spin around.
No, and Joey carrying the one.
Oh man.
No,
Oh, man,
of course
I
mine
don't
is
know.
winning. Everyone knows that. Right. Okay, so there it is. That's a sampling of what, and that's a very unusual, but we're really on the mission to, I am, and I'm just bringing my friends along to learn new tricks. Is anyone telling us what that is?
Yeah.
No one's telling us the name of it. Come on, in the chat, tell us what is that?
I don't know, but I think we should just show them the video of what we were trying to do.
Leo was saying, I can't tell if the video was too loud there, so he couldn't hear us talking.
Yeah.
Is that what he was
That's
saying?
probably it. 360 toe spin, question mark? I don't know.
Okay. 360 toe spin. I don't think that's what it is.
360 no comply?
Yeah, I think
we're getting
360 no comply?
Yeah, we're getting confirmation.
Okay, so here's the question I got for you, Lily.
Okay.
As I mean, these tricks, you don't land them your first time, and there's a lot of failure in it. So how do you handle failure? Making it a big topic here. So we're going to switch a little bit from the one-wheel talk for a second and just talk about, because we failed miserably.
We did.
How do you handle failure in your life, Lily?
I think not accomplishing the 360 no comply is probably a little bit different than when I fail, like, in a relationship, or like if I let someone down and I feel like a failure. When it comes to the bigger topic things of failure, I think I don't always handle it great because I put it on myself and I like blame myself. But when I'm doing well and I handle it well, then I just know that sometimes things are out of my control and that I need to forgive myself and create a better environment to continue on, to continue moving forward. And then if you're going to translate that in the 360 no comply, if I'm going to try to create a better environment and move forward, well, maybe I'm going to go somewhere different and try again, or maybe I'm just going to chill out and try again in, like, I don't know, an hour.
Yeah.
We didn't spend, like, at one point we were like, okay, like, we kind of need to go. Like, this is our lunch break. We kind of need to, like, move on with our day. So we didn't conquer it, which is weird because most of the time when we attempt something, we do it till we conquer it.
Till someone amongst us. And that one we just walked away from. So it's a little bit of like tension for sure. I do like how somebody just wrote in the comment, who wrote it, said how you handle one wheel fails
Band-Aids.
is put a Band-Aids on it.
Yes, I've done that. I have certainly done that.
I'm telling you, it's still right now, my shin is so bruised from hitting it.
For some reason you kept hitting your shin. I never did.
Yeah, I don't know why. Somebody had a cool name for it. I still don't know if it's the right name. Where was it? I see the 360 front plant shove it.
Foot plant shove it.
Foot plant shove it. I was thinking about which foot gets hit. Okay, so yeah, in one wheel world, it's like, okay, I'll come back and try. But like Lily is alluding to, a failure in a relationship, it isn't something you just come back and try anymore, right? It's like, oh man, what do I do with that? how do I overcome failure? And before we really talk about that a little more, if you are hopping in at some point, today we're giving away a mini Onewheel kit to you. We'll mail it to your house. How we're going to do that is we're going to pick a name from the chat, the live chat that's happening during this podcast filming. And how we do it is Lily will just thumb down on her iPad and stop, and when she finds a name, boom, there you are. You get it.
Boom.
And the beautiful thing is the more you talk in the live chat, that means the greater chance you have. The odds go up. The odds are in your favor if you keep talking. So failure, we've all experienced it, right? At a job, in athletics, one-wheeling, all those things. And there's so many cliche things to say. It's like, hey, when you fall, get up more than you fall. That is true. But what does it take, Lily? They have that attitude of, I'm going to get back up and ride again or fight again. Like, remember when you crashed and burned and ripped your knee in half pretty much and had to go get stitched up and stuff?
I do.
What was going through your mind the next time you knew you were going to go ride?
Definitely a lot of fear and a lot of wonder if I was capable or if I was going to get hurt again. Fear, not necessarily a failure in that, like, am I going to fail riding this one wheel, but am I going to get hurt? So I think when it comes to facing your fears, even if you're afraid of failing, it's like, what could I accomplish if I just try it? And having confidence to just go for it. Because a lot of the times we don't even have confidence to go for it, so we never go for anything.
So I like that. It's confidence. So how do I increase my confidence would be practice. I said it in that video. Practice makes perfect, kids. And it really does. And that's where you get confidence is from practicing. You know your abilities and where you need to work on. I mean, watch the Olympics. You watch, some athletes at the top of their sport, and yet they still fail. Like, I've been watching some of the ice skating because that seems to be the only thing on at times. And when those athletes fall to the ground and still have to compete, knowing that they probably lost their chances of gold, I just find that very impressive. They get up and you don't see them falling apart through the routine. I just think in life, if you've failed financially or failed academically or failed in relationships, and don't give up on yourself. Don't give up on the situation. Keep getting after it, unless you're doing something like shady, and that's why you're failing in those areas because you're doing something unethical. Well, stop doing stuff that's unethical and do things that are of noble character would be very wise of you. I mean, shoot, if we all behaved with noble character, right, Lil, we'd make a world a different place. The issue is that when we bump into somebody and they're not behaving nobly, we return the favor by speaking to them with lack of nobility. And I'm not talking about like kingship here. I'm talking about, I suppose, morals, and that's a whole nother conversation. Except for, do you think, Lily, everyone is born with the same set of morals?
Ooh, like, is there a universal moral compass?
Yeah.
I think there is.
Ooh, what does everybody else think? That's a big one.
That's a big question.
That is, because then
I can only answer so quickly because we've had this conversation. I just need to disclaim that. But I do think the world is, we wake up knowing what's right and wrong. I think we do.
I think most people, I 8 kids, so I have 8 kids that I'm kind of learning from on what naturally is in us. And there are things I've never taught my children, but they know immediately when they do it, it wasn't right. And so that would make me begin to believe that we all have a natural moral compass. Now, I do think that as you grow up with certain environments, that does shape it and mold it a little bit differently in the right and wrongs. But I think at the beginning, we all start with the same, and then it gets molded into something different. I just saw a chat here. I think it's, I can't. Nonetheless, they say, what is your top skill to develop on the Onewheel? I think
winning one-wheel races.
I think curve nudges and shove it are up there as essentials, as not failing, or not as not falling. Those are both on my list, actually. I'd like to be able to do that. I would like to also drop from higher distances than just a curb. Well, you don't like dropping?
I like dropping.
Okay.
I think I'd like it more if I had flight fins to like keep my feet attached.
Ooh, I watch people with flight fins and they do some really great jumps.
They do. I know.
No, that just freaks me. Like, I don't want to be attached to my board like that. I like I think the body variables then become very difficult to do because I'm stuck to the board. However, I see so many people doing it and they're killing it. I'm just speaking for me as an individual. And at the end of the day, we're going to revisit if it's 360, shove it. We're going to revisit that and nail that as summer comes and you don't have.
We're doing it all summer.
Yeah, once summer comes, or just spring, then we're going to start getting after it. That said, I should have uploaded a picture. My kids and I have been talking about building features in the trail system, Lil.
Nice.
Yeah, it's gonna be a great summer. It really is.
Cool.
So
shred on through.
Yes. Okay. So maybe some of you, you haven't. And again, we're not asked to do this. We just think if you like the Onewheel, like make sure you subscribe to the Onewheel email. They just dropped a great email today, and I love when Onewheel does this. They just bring us a story of inspiration, and it happens to be around Onewheels and stuff. And in today's inbox, I don't know if it was last night, it was sent out, or today, they have such a great story. Here's what it looks like, so you can look for it in your inbox if you have it or don't have the email. Maybe you need to check your junk mail. I don't know. But it's a great story right there of Andy Lamont. And he came over.
I read that today.
Did you?
I did.
And what were you thinking?
I thought it was cool. He's using his Onewheel for such a great cause.
He's just cleaning up the environment. It's a good read.
He says recycle less, and by that I mean buy less food, buy less things. That's what he said.
Oh, that's great. To recycle less, buy less things that need to be. Oh yeah, that's great. Consumerism at its worst. It's a great read. Go read it. It's in an email. I'm sure you can find it on their website somewhere. I don't know where it's at on their website actually, though.
I don't know.
But again, at Christmas time, they asked a lot of people to submit Onewheel stories and how their journey began with Onewheels and stuff. And we were going to do that, and then life got busy, so we didn't do that. But Lily, if you were to answer that question from Onewheel, how was your first time with Onewheel changed things for you?
The first time I rode it?
Yeah. Did it immediately change you, or were you like, meh?
Oh, no. I loved it. It was like floating. It was like getting to be a child again. I've heard people say that as well.
Yeah.
What are all yours? What changed it when you first rode a Onewheel?
Oh, man, I remember for me, again, we tell this often, that we're boosted board riders stuck with four wheels, and I was really frustrated the first winter with the boosted board because I couldn't ride it anymore because winter was coming and we'd get snow and then you can't ride it, and it was just like, I'm going to miss that thing. And then someone showed up through where Lily and I work. We work for a local church here in Minnesota, and someone showed up. They were a first-time guest, and they came in, and I rode my boosted board to church that day, and we started talking, and I'm like, oh, yeah, I got my boosted board back here. Would you like to ride? He's like, yeah, I've never rode an electric skateboard. And then he was like, oh, but I have a Onewheel in my car. I was like, I've never rode a Onewheel. And so we traded that afternoon and just rode around in the parking lot, and forever I was like,
yep,
I need one of those.
Hooked.
I mean,
it's so fun.
It really is.
And then it's like, I want all my friends to know this, and I want you to ride with me, and that's what we ended up doing.
Yeah, so then I got a hold of a Onewheel, and then I was like, Lily, you need a Onewheel. And then it became your Christmas list that year, right? You're like, I want a Christmas.
It did, and then I got one for Christmas. I got a customized mod one. It was amazing. Like, it was the coolest thing ever. I remember taking pictures of it, like a whole photo shoot. And then the next year, the pint came out, and then we all got pints.
Yeah, and then then you and I got pints, and then it was like, man, we need other people with this. Like, we want to start racing more. And so we got Joey one. He won one in a race. We got Kristen one for her birthday.
Yep.
Then Abijah, one of our friends, got one. Jordan and Ryan got one.
Yeah, we got a lot now.
Yeah, the list goes on, right? We could keep going. Just a bunch of our friends got them, and now we just ride the mess out of them. They're so much fun to have. Again, we're just sharing our story that we never posted. We should have. Sorry, Onewheel, for not doing that. We did honestly get busy. But again, if you want some ideas on how to ride your one wheel besides the tricks, right? If you're like, I just like to commute, there's a whole nother world on your one wheels that I think you're missing out that we have tapped into. And again, we know that on Sundays, our videos that we drop are not for everyone. They don't like the entertainment side. They just want information like about a Vega tire, and I get that. That's cool. Like, we're not trying to knock that stuff, but we also want to entertain and just show a whole nother world with one wheels. And so we got this idea, I don't know, last year or around the basketball season time to go play basketball on our one wheels.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
It was so fun.
And we have footage of that. And
like
let's mute
March
that
Madness.
one. Let's not do the audio to the video. And so let's go ahead and roll that footage really quick, and then Ledge, let's put it up on the screen for us. Here's the basketball footage that we have that's just, it's a lot of fun for us to be able to play.
It was so fun to try to figure out how to keep it on.
Like at times you're going faster than the ball can bounce to your hand, so you got to slow it down. And then, again, remember, we're filming this at the same time, so you got a camera in our hand, so you can only play basketball with one hand.
It was challenging, that's for sure.
Yeah.
But it was so fun. Like, if you could figure out how to do this with your friends, I 10 out of 10 recommend. It was so much fun.
Yeah, for sure. That's it. We just wanted you to see that. Again, if you're brand new around here, subscribe to our channel. We're trying to do all of that. Scot and our Friends is a channel that exists to spread the stoke about one wheels and unlock some areas that a lot of people don't think about. Like, man, if you're around your friends and you don't want to go on a long ride, but like a game of basketball, football, we've done whirly ball. Can you think of other things we've done like that? Like dodgeball?
Dodgeball. We've done, did you say football?
I did, yeah. That was pretty fun.
We've done so many things. We have done so many things.
We really have. And so just give a scroll through our One Wheel channel or our YouTube channel. You'll see all of those things on there. And I hope you're enjoying the podcast style as we give you some information and some thoughts. Like, talk about failure and talk about just a little bit of the moral compass. I didn't see many people comment about the moral compass. I wonder.
They just said they liked the deep convo.
Oh, they did?
So I like that.
Next week we need a little bit of coffee, and
we'll
dive deep into that.
Yes.
Because Lily and I talk about those things
a little deeper
a lot, don't we, Lil?
We do. We do. Kind of just like, hey, what do you think about, or like, yeah, how do you think this came into existence? Just like really deep questions.
Leo says, need to talk about softball on a one wheel.
Need to do one wheel, yeah.
That actually we have not done yet.
One wheel Olympics.
One wheel soccer would be a pretty good one. How
about one wheel curling?
Ooh, that would be awesome.
I was talking to someone about that recently, and they were like, you can't do that. And then I was like, yes, we can.
Why couldn't you do one wheel?
Or like one person on the one wheel curling it. I don't know. One wheeling on ice is so hard.
Yeah, you know what? Every year,
it's hard.
We've had one wheels for 4 years now, and we have done races on ice.
Oh,
I don't think this year we're doing that.
Someone said one wheel golf. I could get on board with that.
Ooh,
because golfing is so boring.
Golfing is boring for us.
I could be on a one wheel golf, hit the golf ball, and then I could one wheel the next hole, and that would make golfing better.
But you know what? Riding on a golf course, as long as you have permission.
We've done that.
Oh, that's heavenly.
Yeah.
And a lot of people have seen those videos where we rode on golf carts, and they're like, oh, you're the guy that gives this bad name out there. It's like, most of the time we don't like show the boring stuff of us calling and saying, hey, can we ride on your greens? We're not going to ruin it. We'll take care of it. And then we film it, and people just assume we're out there being a bunch of bullies on some fairway out there. But if you have permission to ride on a golf course on your one wheel, it like takes it on. It's like riding. It's like how Nike Air thought they were going to make a shoe that made it feel like you're actually walking on air, and it makes it feel different, but it doesn't actually feel like air. One wheeling on a golf course feels like riding on air. It's so another world, a whole nother level. That's all I got to say. Okay. But I like that idea.
James Hand says, I'm loving the what does love require question. I found myself asking myself that when starting to get mad at something silly, and it's had a really positive impact on my life. Thanks for the tip. I love that. It's such a good filter to use, honestly, especially when you're dealing with people who may or may not be using said filter. Yeah. Like, it's like, okay, I want to always be loving, and I want to always be the one that can at least say, I did what love required, but that takes filtering things out,
Yeah.
So I'm so glad that you've enjoyed that.
I love that filter. I use it in parenting, like trying to teach my children how to love each other and ask, hey, the way you spoke to them, is that what love would require you to do? And then I don't have to parent much further in that, teaching the principle when they go, no, actually, that's not, because then they know that's the opposite of what is being kind.
Going back to, does the world have a universal moral compass? Because even your 4-year-old or 3-year-old can answer that. Like, is that what love requires?
Right. I mean,
cool.
to go back to the moral, do we have a natural, inherent moral compass? Even when you look at different cultures around the world, they have similar views. They've just shaped it a little. Like most countries, I know there's always going to be one, know that taking someone's life is not okay. And so there's a problem with that. And so people raise their hand and say, hey, this is not okay. But who taught that? It was like there are things that every nation still holds to in some form or fashion. But then there are also those nations that rebel against it and go, I know what love requires me to do, but I'm not going to do that. And that leads you back to a question. Again, all of these just snowball. Why do bad things happen to good people, and sometimes bad people have good things that happen to them? It's like, well, that's not fair, is it? Like, shouldn't the good people like be rewarded? No, that's because, one, it's hard to define what is good. Like what Lily would say would be good, I might not agree with. Like pickles, but I like pickles, so that's good. But like, go movie. Tell me one of your, like, a good movie to you.
La La Land.
No.
I already know that you're going to disagree, so this is a perfect example.
No, La La Land is not a good
I love that movie.
I
love that
movie.
movie.
Why? What is it that you like about it?
Okay. It's genius writing.
No.
Because you call it La La Land, and they create this story where the two characters fall so in love that they get into this La La Land. I can't spoil it.
I understand that.
But in the end, the La La Land itself is questioned. That's all I will say.
Or is it called La La Land because it was all filmed in L.A.?
No.
Are you sure about that?
I mean, I know that it was filmed in L.A., but that's not the point.
Okay. I don't agree with it. That was a good movie. To my point, what someone defines as good, another would say is not good. And so therefore, when that happens, there's this gap. Okay, so go to what does love require you to do begins to shorten that gap. But if we are not defining love from somewhere, then we are going to continue to miss the mark in that. What is love? I'm not going to answer that question. I'm going to let you figure that one out. Maybe we'll bring it back up next week. But what is love? What does love require? But then who is or what is defining what love is? Is that just that moral compass that we're speaking about, or is it something else? And then bad things happen to good people, the people that are answering the question, what does love require me to do? And you do the right thing, you get punched in the face, or someone steals something, or whatever it is. It's like, oh, why? Because there are people, and this is not brand new information, but this is the thing that perplexed me. There are people in this world that don't want to do what love requires them to do. And when they do, which is the opposite of love, which is hate, they hurt good people. It's not, if I do what love requires me to do, I'm rewarded then with somebody else doing the same thing. That's karma. And don't get me started, but karma, that just seems like me saying I'm a lucky person, which am I really? Because a couple things worked out my way, so I just believe in luck? Or is there something bigger than just luck? And then where do I define what actually is love? So it's a great place to start and ask yourself, what does love require me to do? Because the next time you get cut off by a car or somebody at the grocery store cuts in front of you, your initial reaction is probably going to want to poke them in the eye, and I've been there. But when you go, oh, what would love require me to do, is just to assume the best in them, shut up, and let them get in. Maybe you need to stop, when somebody cuts you off going down the street, maybe you need to do less of the middle finger and more of the thumbs up. Like, ha, you're doing great there, buddy. Like, they'll get it that you're like giving a thumbs up with the face of like disagreement with what they did, instead of the other finger that tells them that you've really really thought poorly on their situation at hand. But what does love require is a phenomenal question to help you in all facets of life. And so I'm glad that you like that, and there's a little bit more. I mean, that's talk about somebody said like deep thoughts. There's some deep stuff,
there
I guess.
it all is. That's a lot to chew on.
That's not even on our notes.
Yeah, it's true. It's
Okay.
not. Got a good chat going on here, though. This is fun.
Well, what are some people saying? It's hard for
fun.
me to read. Baby, don't hurt me is the thing I see from Alex. Baby, don't hurt me. That's an interesting thought, I suppose. But nonetheless, we're so stoked to have you with us today. We do have the Vega treaded video that we're going to give you a sample of. Okay, this is for your enjoyment, and then we'll be back after this, but you're not going to get to see all of it. The rest of it, you'll have to come back tonight and see. It'll drop right after this some point or another, okay? So here is just a quick, 2 minutes of the Vega treaded video review that we just did. Enjoy. If we can turn up the volume and stuff so you guys can hear it, that'd be great. Get it started. If you just got to warm up, you need to do this with your friends.
Look at my friend helping me.
The present moment, when you get a XR or a pint, you get a slick. The slick on the XR is the Vega tire. We hold the Vega in our hands here. It is a brand new tire, never been rode at all. I'm a fan of this tire. Now, I want to point out a few things. Okay, their technology sometimes doesn't pan out for us. And that was where the words just didn't line up well enough. But there is a quick sample of it. I'm sorry that you didn't get more of it, but we do have it. It's on and installed. And we got a new thing, a bead breaker from Craft and Ride. Craft and Ride actually super kind and hooked us up with the bead breaker and with the, what's the other thing they hooked us up? Oh, the tires. And then we have a new Burris, I think it's treaded or slick. It drops in a couple months, and we already have that coming as well. So Craft and Ride, big shout out to you. Thank you for giving us a discount on those things so we could create a video and drop that stuff. Pretty stoked on it. Guys, thank you so much for always jumping in here midweek. You're going to see throughout the week, we're going to take samples from this to just give bite-sized clips from the podcast, and we're storing a library up as we speak of actual podcasts that we're going to release when we have 5-6 episodes on, so people can download them on their iPhones and Androids and all those things. So we're just stoked to see in the chat today 46 people. Liz's coming in my shop because her side of the room went black.
It did.
It's weird, right?
Yeah, it was weird. I went dark.
She went dark. Okay, so Lil, you're gonna do what she's gonna just thumb through the. She put her name, her finger right on.
Luke Dietz!
Luke Dietz!
Luke Dietz, you're the winner! But hey, I'm pretty sure Luke doesn't have a Onewheel yet.
Well, he's about to have 2 of them in the size of a box. So, Luke, this is what you got to do, Luke. You got to go to IG, Instagram, find both of us, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and subscribe or follow us on Instagram, and then DM us and give us your street address, and we'll mail you one of these Onewheel kits, okay? That's it, Lil? That's all you got? Thumbs?
I don't know how well they can hear me.
Well, they can hear you pretty good. It's fine.
He's like, yeah, I
Yeah.
can hear you.
Yeah, these mics are
All right,
wonderful.
Luke, we put the Instagram name in the chat so you can DM us.
Well, you got to put yours in there, too.
I'll put mine in there. Y'all can follow me.
Y'all. She says y'all like she's from the South.
I'm not.
She's not at all.
It's just easier.
It is?
Sometimes.
Okay.
Bananas!
Wow. She forgot she's like inches from my ear. Like.
No, I didn't forget, but Blackadder put bananas.
Yeah, bananas. Like it's.
Luke says awesome. Thank you. You're welcome.
You're welcome, Luke. Thanks for hanging with us today. We will be back on Wednesdays at 2:30 with the next podcast next week with bring you up to speed information on shipping dates. You know, it'll be a great day when we come in and go, the first Onewheel GT has shipped.
Yes. And someone put in the chat earlier that it looked like Mr. Wren or whoever, the guy Wren.
Yeah.
No, Wren. He was borrowing the GT. He didn't get his.
Oh, I didn't think he did either, for sure. Some people have said that there are only 2 made at the moment. I don't even know how they get that information.
I don't know.
To me, that doesn't.
They must have an in.
They must, but to me, that's like, no, come on. You don't really know that. How do you know? Unless you work with someone.
I don't know. Yeah, like unless you have an in.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay.
Couldn't tell ya.
The last thing, and this would be really cool if those that are still watching, there's 50 of you in the chat, and you have Instagram. You know how cool it would be just to DM Onewheel and say you're doing a great job. Do you know how many more people are DMing them right now saying, "Hey, dude, where's my GT?
Yeah.
Hey, this problem, that problem," and no one's ever just sending them a, "Hey, thanks for what you're doing." Might go a long way. You might be surprised. Just that's what love might just require us to do. Side note. I did that yesterday to them because I was just like, people were DMing us, asking us about the shipping dates of GT like we work with Onewheel or something.
No, we don't.
And then we were like, how many DMs do you think Onewheel has to? Ted is the guy usually doing the responding. How many of those do you think they answer? And I was like, let's slide in their DM today just to say thanks.
Yeah, we did.
And we did because genuinely we're grateful for what they're doing. They are human beings that have real lives.
So what does love require?
Let's slide in there and say, don't even slide in there and go, "You're doing a great job. When's my GT shipping?" Or, "Hey, you should allow us to repair." No, just say, "Thanks for what you're doing. Thanks for making a great product." I bet you they'd be blown away. It would be awesome, wouldn't it? Okay. Do we have anything else to say, Lil?
I don't think so.
Okay, so we'll leave you with the thought that we already discussed, and we're excited about. Lily says I say that all the time.
And
Just because the next thought I got is exciting.
yeah, well, we don't know the next thought, so
I do.
You're the only one.
It's the setup. It's like, prepare yourself for what is about to say. What I'm about to say. And answer this question. What would love require you to do? Because it requires us to do something always, never being idle or silent. Okay, guys, we'll see you on the next video. This one is coming to a sad end. Bye, everybody. Bye.